How many senators stopped for an accident?
It's my first time being on a call that I had a senator stop. So I appreciate the backup, though.
I have an eclipse story that I will never ever forget. I was driving from Newark down to Washington, D.C. Right in front of us, there was a serious accident. A truck hitting a car and then hitting it again, slamming them up against the median. We jumped out and immediately ran over. I ran to the truck. I see smoke and my instinct is I need to get this man out of this car. I'm able to help him to climb out the passenger side. I get him into my car, make sure he's okay. And a guy on the other side stops. I think he's just sort of like asking if everything's okay. He looks at me and he goes, "I am an EMT." Jumps over the median and starts tending to the man in my car.
You were amazing to stop when you did.
You're a true leader. How many senators stopped for an accident?
It's my first time being on a call that I had a senator stop. So I appreciate the backup, though.
People started coming from seemingly all directions. The first person to stop was a guy that worked for the New Jersey Turnpike Authority, Joseph O'Neill. And next thing you know, there were people who were black and white. There was a Turkish immigrant, an Orthodox Jew. And looking at the bumper stickers of folks there, I pretty much assumed that there were Republicans and Democrats. But those lines that divide us in that moment were clearly not as great as the ties that bound us together. I stood there as everybody worked around me, and it made me feel proud of Jersey, proud of the fact that there are people all over America every day there to do this kind of work. And I know how tough American highways are. It's one of the reasons I've worked on highway safety. I found myself going around as a situation was slowly being controlled and just talking to folks and thanking them and listening to some of their stories. A 21-year-old woman, volunteer firefighter, the chief who jumps out of the car to thank me because I was pushing this grant program called the SAFER program.
That SAFER grant, I mean, that's the reason we're here. You guys would have been waiting a lot longer for somebody, and that makes a big difference for us because, I mean, volunteers, we run 800 calls.
Wow.
I mean, that's difficult for volunteers, and nowadays, I mean, I work 2 jobs, you know, he's working 2 jobs, you know, it's difficult for us all, volunteers.
Yeah.
I mean, this is saving us, man.
This was all happening when hundreds of thousands of Americans across our country were gathering to watch an eclipse. When me and my team got back to my car, we paused, pulled out our glasses, and joked about missing the eclipse. But next thing you know, I'm looking up, and I'm seeing it.
Wow.
And what was really kind of cool was that my staff member, always trying to evidence one of our core values, which is kindness, had given one of the state troopers her glasses so that he too could look up and see this rare cosmic event. The eclipse was rare, but what was affirmed to me on this day is that in our nation, all across our country, every single day, kindness and service and grace to those in need is not rare. There are so many people who dedicate their lives to helping others, and for that, I feel grateful.